full of pasta and, you know, bread and all that kind of stuff. And Caroline wanted to get back to her roots. And so in Florence, we went to the Asian market called Viva Market, and we bought some ramen, or in Korean called
ramyeon.
Ramyeon. Okay, there we go. Okay, now we're out. And you know, when we came to the Airbnb last night, we saw there's a pretty garden and everything, but we didn't think that there'd be such a incredible view like this one. It's very pretty. It's a very perfectly clear day as well. Caroline spotted a couple deer on this field just moments ago. So we intentionally booked an Airbnb that had a washer and dryer so that we can do laundry halfway through our trip. The host was kind enough to tell us, you know, when it's done washing, you know, give it to me and I'll dry it for you. Even though this little machine here apparently has a drying function, apparently. He said, you know, it'll dry faster, and in the dryer he has downstairs in the garage. So he gave us a little basket, we put our clothes in it, and he took it down there and dried it for us. And then he just came by and gave us our clothes back in the laundry basket, all folded. We're very glad we stayed here, not only for the impeccable service, but also for the gorgeous view right outside our door. So sad to say, we are leaving this place now, this Antica Fonte di Residenza di Siena. I think I said that correctly, but we'll miss it very much. So we're actually off to explore Siena now, so I'll see you there. Bye.
380 meters, turn right on Castello.
So we entered a forbidden area. So apparently, thanks to this navigation on this Jeep. So don't honk at them, babe. We're doing bad things. So yeah, so basically a cop stopped us, and they're very kind, because I have actually heard of people getting tickets for driving in forbidden areas in Europe, but they were very nice, and they told us kindly that we're not allowed to be here, and they gave us directions to a parking lot to access the Piazza del Campo. So, word of the wise, you just don't blindly trust navigation, whether it's in your car. You know, Google Maps probably would have warned us, but do a little bit of research first, and you know, make sure you're not driving in a forbidden area like we are, because it's very stressful. You know, in the United States, we aren't used to you know, driving and sharing this exact same space as pedestrians. You know, there's kind of a system, but here, especially in these pedestrian-only areas, you know, where cars aren't supposed to be, it's very stressful to drive alongside pedestrians, especially there's little dogs and little children kind of running around, and you know, we just want to be safe. So, okay, it looks like we're in a car area now. We're gonna do our best to find the parking lot and hopefully be on our way to the main central piazza here in Siena. Whew. You're able to park in Siena next to a garden where some children's festival was going on. Let me see if I can pull it up. Giardina La Lisa is where we parked. So found street parking right by that park, and it's about a 10-minute walk to the main Piazza del Campo. Warning, it was nice and warm outside on the main street where the sun was, but now we're in this car-free zone that's surrounded on both sides by buildings. So the sun don't shine here is what I'm trying to say. I think I'm the only one here in a kind of a short sleeve t-shirt type of thing. This one's in a dress. We're heading down to the Piazza del Campo, and Caroline tells me the people are staring at us, and you know, I guess we deserve it. You know, we did go through that forbidden zone and all that, so you know, come what may. All right, see ya. Let's just eat around here. Wow, huge square. I mean, they say this is one of the great European medieval squares. So after we saw the Piazza del Campo, we started to head over to the Siena Duomo, that's the Siena Cathedral, and on our way there we saw this cute chocolate shop called Nino and Friends. It looked inviting, though by the English name I had pretty low expectations. I thought it would just be a very generic gift shop targeted at American tourists, selling junk, but we were actually really impressed with the stuff here. They had several kinds of chocolate and truffle pesto and olive oil to sample, all very good and tasty. We ended up getting some gifts for some friends along with some truffle powder for ourselves that we cooked with after we got back home. We would put the truffle powder on popcorn, like microwave popcorn or bags of popcorn. So flavorful, so good, so versatile. And then after we were done at Nino and Friends, we hiked on up to the Siena Duomo. Just made it to the Duomo de Siena. Getting here, there was some steep slope. Not too bad though, nothing compared to getting to the top of the Duomo in Florence. So, we're gonna check this thing out. This facade is breathtaking. Looks like we got an image of, it's probably Mary there in that triangle at the top. You can see little gargoyles, actually. The edges there kind of sticking out. Along with some saints. Not sure exactly who. I believe the groundbreaking on this cathedral was in the late 12th century, eventually completed in the 14th century. So, wow, it's very, very magnificent, very breathtaking. But we're taking it all in now, and we're quite hungry, so we're gonna go eat. So we just got done at the Duomo de Siena. You know, we haven't really had pizza yet in Italy, and you know, we didn't really research this at all. We just saw it on our way to the Duomo, And we're hungry enough that I think any pizza looks pretty appetizing right now. This is Pizza al Volo. So let's go check it out. Looks pretty popular. It looks like people have been eating their pizza. Here's the display pizza. Watch your step, as always in Italy. Cute Coca-Cola tables.
Take away?
Or here.
Here. Right.
Voila.
After we got our pizza, we got some gelato, and I practiced my bad Italian. Muy bien. After gelato, we walked around Siena a bit more, took some pictures. We also bought some Christmas gifts for each other at a little market. We didn't film that because we wanted our gifts to be a surprise. Basically, we agreed to get each other ornaments for Christmas. Caroline got me a cute little gnome ornament. I got her a little dog ornament with glasses. Then we left Siena on our way to our lodging for the night in Montepulciano before we made the drive to Rome the next day. And on our way to Montepulciano, we made a couple stops at little Tuscan villages that we wanted to see and experience. The first one was San Quirico and This was a quaint little town with basically one main street. There was a beautiful church with origins dating back to the 11th century. I think the bell tower was constructed in the 18th century to replace an older one. It's a beautiful little medieval village, quaint, about 2,500 people in the entire town. There is a beautiful garden as well called Horti Leonini, which just translates to Leonini Garden, named for the right-hand man of the Medici family who received this land from the Medicis. There are actually two gardens here, a lower one, and then you go up some steps to reach the upper one. As I mentioned, this land was donated by the Medici family. It was donated in the 16th century, and so in the lower garden, there is a statue of Cosimo de' Medici III that was installed in the 1950s. The upper garden is a rose garden. We were here in late December, the day after Christmas, so the garden obviously was not in full bloom, but it was very peaceful and serene and beautiful nevertheless. Caroline took some pictures here of the garden, the grounds, a few pictures of me as well, and in one of these pictures, she put this setting on her camera that basically superimposed this kind of semi-transparent image of me on top of a picture of the lower Horti Leonini garden. We got a kick out of that. Then we walked a little bit more around the town, and then we hit the road again with our next stop being the beautiful town of Monticchiello. So the battery in my Canon died, so I have to use the old Pixel 3 here. We're here in Monticchiello, and wow, the sunset is just absolutely gorgeous. Caroline's over there taking some pictures. Wow. Just look at that. Whew. It's a beautiful little town. Monticchiello, it's on a hill. Parked down there, walked up this hill. Some people up there just chatting in this little grove here. It's just extremely magical here. Wow. So, we're not actually staying here tonight. We're just making a pit stop here just to visit Monticchiello. We're actually staying in Montepulciano. So I just had some yummy wine at this La Guardiola lounge, wine and food lounge in Monticchiello. Before that, we just saw an absolutely beautiful sunset over the hills over there that are now shrouded in darkness. All I can see is just the little lights of the villages. We're about to go through the city gate of Monticchiello. So I understand it's a very small town. Shouldn't take us very long to get through it, but it already looks just very beautiful. Very quiet. Very quiet. Not a soul around. Well, there's some souls. Cute Christmas tree. So I basically almost just got the crap scared out of me here in Monticchiello, and I'll show you why. So this little thing. Oh gosh, there's another one. We're walking up this street, empty street, and I saw this thing just sitting in the chair here in front of this very wide door. And not sure what it is. The Foniche di Casa, not sure. Look it up later. Caroline says there's another one in front of this beautiful church. Where is it, Caroline? Oh gosh. Oh gosh. This must be a Monticchiello tradition, because I don't know why else I'd put these. Oh man. Well, you know, this one has a more friendly face. Kind of looks like I guess like my grandma, she had those cool round glasses. What's she saying? Presso alla mia casina. Looks like she's selling something. Not sure what. But let's see what's going on in here. Looks like something. Not sure. This is a pretty house. So I think I may have figured out what that was for. Those statues, those ladies, those stuffed ladies. And I think they were just advertisements for this thing, for the children. Here's another one. Looks like some kind of children's museum, maybe educational center to kind of teach them things. Looks like maybe a history of the town or something. So after we checked out that children's museum briefly, it was time to leave Monticchiello. So we headed back to our car and finally drove to our final stop of the night, Montepulciano. Just drove about 20 or so minutes from Monticchiello to the outskirts of Montepulciano. This is where we're going to be staying tonight. This Airbnb here. It's kind of like a country villa, I suppose you'd call it. Looks very nice. It's my understanding the owner lives on one floor, and then we'll be staying on the other floor. The distance, you can see Montepulciano. It's very pretty at night. It's very pretty. Here's a little Doge come to greet us. Hello, doggy. Hi. Hi. Hey, doggy. So this Airbnb was probably the most modest lodging that we had during our trip. We had the entire first floor to ourselves, while our hosts occupied the second floor. There was a living room with some tables and chairs, a kitchen in the back with a fireplace, a small restroom, and we slept in a simple bedroom. So after checking in, we were very hungry. So we drove over to the main Montepulciano Historic City Center to walk around, take in the sights, and grab a bite to eat. There weren't a whole lot of restaurants open, so we landed on one called Del Borgo. Unfortunately, this was probably our least favorite meal in Italy. The giant spinach gnocchi was acceptable, not anything special, but everything else was just mediocre, unfortunately. Though the wine was pretty good, though. I will say that. After dinner, we just walked around Montepulciano, taking in the Christmas decorations and just the charming beauty of this Tuscan town. Now we're just going to walk back to our car through the Montepulciano main square here. Earlier there was something of a Christmas market. That's why you see all these booths here. People selling their goodies, food, Christmas decorations and all that. We kind of just caught the tail end of it. They must have shut down, probably around, I guess, 8 o'clock is probably when they shut down. That's when we got here. Town's pretty quiet now, as you can see. It's the day after Christmas. Maybe they shut down earlier too because it was the day after Christmas, not sure. I heard this giant ball. Oh, they must really love balls here because there's a giant ball here. There's this Christmas tree around the corner with some smaller balls. Looks like a well, maybe an ancient well. Let's get a better look at this thing. Yeah, this looks like something of an ancient well down there. Let's see if we can get a better look with my cell phone flashlight. Yeah, I don't know. Looks pretty deep. Hello. Yeah, it's pretty deep down there. Back there was a lamp or something dangling. I didn't even see what hit me. Caroline saw it. I whacked my noggin on that thing just because I was looking down, doing something with my phone instead of taking in all the beauty here, and I just whacked myself. So moral of the story, don't be glued to your phone when you're traveling. Keep your head up. Watch out for cars, because you never know when they're gonna pop out. What have we got here? I didn't notice it's on the way. Castello di Babbo Natale. Looks, yeah. As well, since we're actually not going to come back to Montepulciano in the morning, so might as well take it all in now. Yeah. Natale Montepulciano. Now, if Natale means Christmas in Italian. So, Christmas, Montepulciano. Yeah, a lot of these small towns in Tuscany, they're built around or on or in castles. Because of course back in the day, lots of folks in the medieval time, they lived under the protection of these castles. Pretty smart, you know, considering that they're barbarians and such. Maybe not barbarians, but enemies out and about looking to plunder innocent souls, so you'd want to have some kind of protection from a feudal lord or something like that. He works his land and he granted you protection. So that was neat. Now we're gonna go back to our car, get back to the Airbnb, watch some programs. We're really into Brooklyn. Is it Brooklyn Nine-Nine or 99?
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine right now. They don't have it on Netflix in the United States right now, but they have it Netflix Italy. It's a cop show about Brooklyn cops, detectives. It's funny though. So I think we're calling it a night here in Montepulciano. So good night. After walking around Montepulciano, we drove back to our Airbnb, took in some more views from there of Montepulciano. Then we retired to our bedroom. We were greeted by some cats. Some cute little kitties made their way into the house and into our bedroom. In fact, after we said goodnight to them, we went to sleep because the next day we drove the 100 miles or so to Rome, stopping in Orvieto on the way. And we will see you then. Bye-bye.